Hey, good evening, Miss Jackson.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fairly okay.
That's good.
How are you? You can take a seat in this black chair right here.
Thank you.
I see you a little tired. Are you doing well?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, well, my name is Mr. Mitchell. I will be your social worker for this afternoon. I'm from the Department of CPS, Child Protective Services. A little bit about myself is that I have been working here for 2 years now on cases related towards this as well. And also, I want to disclose information about confidentiality. Confidentiality means that this conversation will be fully between us and nobody else, unless you or anybody else within your family poses as a threat towards others or yourselves.
So during a session, if my husband comes in to have a session with you, you ain't gonna tell him anything that I say?
No.
Okay.
This is between us two, Miss Jackson.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Okay. So, if you don't mind me asking, is there another name that you like to be referred to as, or you're okay with me referring to you as Miss Jackson?
I prefer to be called Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson is fine. Okay, all right. Thank you for that information. So if you don't mind me asking, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and what's going on?
Well, as you know, I'm Miss Jackson. I am a stay-at-home mom. Often I do go over to my mom's house and I take care of her because she is really sick. I was referred here by somebody. I don't really understand why I'm here. I don't think anything's wrong. Apparently, there's been some underage drinking and some partying going on, but I haven't seen anything in my house. Apparently, I'm abusing my child. I don't know what they're talking about. I am concerned though. About my husband. My husband, he does drink a lot, and I fear that he will become very violent if I try to, stop him from drinking, or if I bring up his drinking to him.
Okay. And have you been made aware that there has been some bruising that has been seen on your child as well?
No, I don't know how any type of bruising would get on him. Maybe if he picks fights at school or something. I don't see no bruising on him.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, could you at least dive in deeper about you working with your mother?
Yeah. So, like last year, we actually found out that my mother had, cancer. And it's just been really hard on me. I'm always tired, but I always have to make sure she's good. I have to take her to her chemo appointments, which is weekly. It feels like it's every day. I'm so tired of driving her back and forth. But that's my mom, and I love her, and I'm trying my best to, keep her here. But it's a lot. I barely have time to focus on my kids as much as I, deal with my mom.
Okay. And you would say this is very time consuming. It's taking most up of your day, or at least your time with your children and bonding with them.
Yeah, I'm basically with my mom 24/7, so I'm not really, at home with my kids. Okay, maybe not 24/7, maybe 27. I got like 4 hours with my kids.
Okay. You can do a lot in 4 hours. You'd be surprised.
I'm just so tired dealing with my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired, I get angry, I don't feel well when I get home. So whatever little things that my kids do to, get on my nerves, I get on them. I don't have time for my nerves to be plucked. I'm too tired for it.
Understood. I can understand that going through hardships and what you just listed is very challenging and it's tough right now for you at the moment. And it's also kind of hard by trying to keep track of 3 children while at the same time taking care of your sickly mother. However, I would like to congratulate you because that is a hard task to do. That is a hard challenge to overcome. And so far, you haven't cracked and you're doing a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate getting some type of praise around here.
Moving on from your mother, could you tell me more about your 3 children?
Yes. I have an 8-year-old who is apparently behaving badly in school. I've talked to bus drivers, I've talked to counselors, I've talked to numerous people about, him acting out, and we can't seem to find a solution. I have a 16-year-old daughter. She disrespects me. She doesn't listen to me even though I try my best. She doesn't respect me. And I don't know what to do with her. She's a teenage girl. She's 16. She thinks she's grown. She thinks she knows everything. But she's still a child. And then I have my other baby who's almost an angel. So
What do you mean by angel? If you don't mind me asking.
there's no problems with my youngest. My youngest is an angel. She doesn't do anything. She listens to mommy, she's not really a problem.
And how old would you say that she is?
She's 4.
They start off young, but they'll get their way around by getting on your nerves when they get older.
That 16-year-old man, I'm telling you, working on my last nerve.
Okay, and since your 16-year-old is on the list of hardships as well, on trying to handle those, could you possibly get more detail about the 16-year-old?
Apparently she's throwing parties when I'm gone. I have been smelling alcohol on her breath, so I do know something is going on, and I'm not a fan of it. So, I try to fuss at her and tell her to do right, but she don't want to listen. All she does is, fuss back and cuss back. She done cussed me out a few times when I'm trying to tell her what to do, try to keep her safe. She don't want to listen. So, sometimes I gotta treat her like a little child and I gotta put her over my knee and I gotta spank her.
And has there anything been placed so that this won't be happening again, or it's just been going on and you didn't really have any time to deal with it?
It's been ongoing and I haven't had time to deal with it. I try to talk to my husband, but all he does is come back from work, and he just drinks, and it's hard to talk to him when he drinks because I get terrified that he might hit me or something, and I don't really want to deal with that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to your husband in a bit, but I also wanted to go back to or revisit your 8-year-old as well, and with his behavioral issues. And is that pretty much it as far as when you have contacted like bus drivers or counselors, teachers? Is that pretty much it? I am aware of the grades and behavioral issues as well. That's pretty much it on what I know.
We talk and we try. He has a behavioral specialist that kind of follows him around and tries to work on goals with him. And sometimes it works, but not all the time. He's very disrespectful. He'll go around calling teachers stupid. Like, he doesn't respect anybody. He'll go around calling teachers stupid. The kids stupid. He'll try to throw things, pick fights. It's terrible, but we're trying. I got suggested to take him to get some medicine or something, but I'm not finna put my kids on no medication.
With this medication, do you mean as somebody tried to refer you to like methylphenidate or Vyvanse?
Oh, I don't know.
What I mean by that is that with methylphenidate is the generic version of Ritalin, and it's mainly used with kids who has severe ADHD and autism. And Vyvanse, it's used with autism and Asperger's as well within kids. So it's basically like a pill that has similarities as Adderall. Are you familiar with Adderall?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, it helps them concentrate in a way, and it really helps them out with concentrating in, I would say, overwhelming environments such as school. But
that doesn't sound too bad. I might look into it now.
However, though, they are only meant to be used for children who have been diagnosed for that to be used. Otherwise, we may never know on how that medication will affect your child, and we do not want any negative side effects, especially right now.
I understand.
So, suggested medicine, and would you like to look more into that about him being diagnosed for ADHD or autism or Asperger's?
That's something that I could look into, yeah. But I don't want my kid to, I don't want him to feel like something is wrong with him. Like, I don't want him to get picked on, and I don't want him to, get his feelings hurt because, he has been acting out, and I fear that if he gets diagnosed with something and the other kids find out, that he's going to get treated differently, and then he's going to start fights, and then he's going to get kicked out of school.
Well, I can reassure you that kids with these types of diagnoses, they're mostly separated from a normal class setting, and they're not really sitting together or grouped together with normal, I wouldn't say normal kids, but with the other kids. And in order for them to find that out, they would have to access documents in order to find that out. Otherwise, they'll just see your child go in and out of the room being called with either a speech therapist or a reading specialist, or at least activity manager on who will take out your children or child to go somewhere around the school, nowhere outside of the school, so that he can take a break from all of the academic areas that's happening. So basically like a mental break. So would you be interested in looking into that, or you just...
I mean, he has a behavioral specialist. Don't they do the same thing? Maybe she's not doing her job. What am I putting my tax dollars into?
Well, different specialists come with different jobs. So I will agree with you that it can be a little hard and a little frustrating. But moving on from the 8-year-old, we have fears with husband. How is that going?
Well, my husband is a welder. He's self-taught though, so he doesn't have like a school back, like what is it called, a tech school background. He's self-taught, you know, he did it with his dad, and his dad kind of taught him. And he makes, you know, at most like $25,000 a year. So it's hard. I'm sorry, he makes about $12,000 a year.
Okay.
So, you know, it's hard to pay bills and, you know, keep stuff in order. And then he comes home and then he just drinks and drinks and drinks alcohol. And then, you know, I can't go to him because then I feel scared that, you know, he might hit me or he might hit the children. It's scary.
Okay, and have you ever mentioned this issue to him?
No. I don't try to get near him because I'm terrified. It's like as soon as he gets home, he puts down his welding tools and then he picks up a bottle. I'm scared.
Okay. Well, do you really know any other things that's possibly maybe stressing him out? Have you thought of that?
No, not really. I've been too worried about, you know, trying to discipline my kids and trying to take care of my mama that I really guess I don't pay attention to my husband anymore.
I understand that can be very hard, especially for both of you, and as well as trying to pay bills as well, while trying to make ends meet at the same time as well. And just like on how you're going through things as well, he's possibly going through that.
Yeah, because I know he pays for most of our expenses and stuff. So, $12K isn't a lot.
Have you ever talked to him about getting his have you ever talked to him about getting certified in welding and at least going places?
Yeah, when he's sober, I talked to him a little bit about it. He's terrified that he might not, do well in the program. But I try my best to encourage him when he's sober.
Understood. Okay, and from your husband, you still take care of your sick mother and then trying to make sure that you provide for her as well. Have you tried, or at least looking at places that can care for your mother? As far as like adult daycares or other hospice companies?
I haven't really looked into it because we do struggle financially. And we already struggle, to pay our own bills. And I know putting her in an assisted living facility is going to cost us. So that's another reason why I try to push him, to get certified in welding, because we could have more money for the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And I know welders make a lot more money than $12,000 a year.
Right, they do. They really do. And welding is everywhere in architecture, especially in bridges. With I would have to say that there's a lot that we can go off from here, and with the child's bruising, have you tried other disciplinary actions other than physical?
I mean, I don't hurt my kid, I just grab him up by the ears sometimes. I try to talk to him. I tried the, I forgot what it's called, the calm parenting stuff. That don't work. That boy does not listen to me at all. I tried. But, he don't listen. So, I had to put the hurt on him. Not literally. I don't abuse my kids. I just yanked him up by his ear one time. Or two.
But okay. Well, the traditional punishment, or
I mean, I could take his game system away, I guess, and not allow him to go out with friends or take his phone away.
and he's in the 6th grade, or
No, he's in the 3rd grade.
he's in the 3rd grade. Okay. Other than that, from here, reviewing back on what you have given me, starting from you working at Walmart and then not being far from your mother, because I do understand that you still want to make sure that she's doing fine, and then whenever something happens, you want to get to her quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You have stressed to me that it does make you angry. It's a time consumer. It drains you, and it always makes you tired. And you end up taking your mother to her appointments weekly. Going from your mother, you have stressed me about your 8-year-old having behavioral issues. You tried to reach out towards bus drivers or different resources as bus drivers, counselors, teachers. They have all been contacted, but you've been up in the air and you really don't know what's happening. With your 16-year-old, she's viewed as disrespectful towards you, but is she only disrespectful towards you, or?
Yeah, she's only disrespectful towards me.
Got you. Okay. And she throws parties while you're away, at work while you're trying to earn money and provide for all of you, all 5 of you.
Or when I'm with my mom.
I know it's hard. Take your time.
It's hard, man. So hard.
I can understand. However, not all of them are so. Not all of them are very weightful on you at the moment, though. However, you still have one sweet cherry out the bunch, though, which is your 4-year-old.
You're right.
And moving on from the general overview of all the children, moving down to your 16-year-old, your oldest, you want to view her as more responsible, and not reckless and being disrespectful towards you. She throws parties. She's cursing at you. She's disrespectful, just outright out of line. Moving down from your oldest to your main issue of concern, which is your 8-year-old behavior specialist. You mentioned that earlier, that he has that. How often do you say that he goes to the behavior specialist?
The behavior specialist actually comes to him, and she honestly doesn't come around that often. She might show up maybe 4 times a month, so like once a week in a month.
Right. Okay. So 4 times out of the week, so pretty much every day except for one day out of the week. School day wise, my bad.
No, she's just there. Like, she might come this week, but she'll come Monday this week, and then that's it. And then next week she might come Tuesday, and so on.
Oh, so 4 times out of the month. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I meant. I apologize. I know I confused you.
Okay, and he also name calls. Somebody suggested medication. You might want to be. You've also been looking to be looking into diagnosing him as well, seeing if there's anything beyond the issues that's going on with him, and also behavioral issues going on, which is why he has the behavioral specialist. But you want to know if there's any other specialists out there that can help him.
Yes.
Moving from your children, we have your husband. He's a welder, self-taught, which is pretty good. He makes around 12K a year, and drinking problem as well. And you also fear that he may cause an outburst towards you if you say anything that might try to help him, or at least in general. And you also want to mention that it's possible that he can earn a certificate in welding, because welders, in your opinion, welders do make more than 12K a year. Moving from your husband, taking care of your sickly mother. You're really not sure about looking into different companies as well, and you don't know if they're going to be costly. So have you? And that's pretty much it about your mother. Okay. And from your child, seeing with bruising, pretty much traditional punishment as well, which is not really that bad. It's just to a certain extent on how far you take it. So from here, we can go ahead and work on all of these issues and tackle them all at once. Now, where do you think that you would like to start?
I want to start with my 8-year-old and his behavioral issues.
So yeah, behavioral issues. Okay, so all right. So you want to start there and then work on down the list. Gotcha. Okay, understood. So from your son, and you have one son and 2 daughters, or
Yes.
okay. So from your son, do you think that it is possible that you want to go ahead and get him diagnosed, or at least take him to the doctor's office to see if there's anything they can do?
Yes, one of my goals is to try to get him diagnosed and see what medications that he can take.
Okay. Getting child diagnosed from doctor, and seeing if you can get the medicine from the doctor as well once they diagnose him. Okay.
Only if it's affordable.
Right. Well,
You know, I strive.
all right, and also revisiting back on financial issues. I do have a strong suggestion that will save all 5 of you.
Okay.
You have stressed to me that keeping up with the bills and then paying all of the groceries and rent, and then trying to provide for yourself, your husband, and 3 children. Have you thought about governmental assistance as far as like financial assistance?
We have, and we started to apply, but we didn't know if we would have to pay the money back. That's been like the only problem, and I don't think we fully understood how to, fill out the forms.
Okay, well, that I can most definitely help you with. I will give you a link. I will give you a link. For food stamps, so that it can at least lighten up the load from you spending all your money.
Do you know if there are any food pantries around?
Yes, there's one. There's one that's off of Iron Bridge. It's a food bank that's there.
Okay.
I can also give you the address as well to there.
Thank you.
And from name calling, are you gonna work on that with him as far as like trying to condition him not to start calling people names, or at least calling everything stupid?
Yes, I'll try to bring him with me when I go to take care of his grandmother. I'll try to take him with me so we can, talk and have conversation when things are moving slow around her.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay. And bonding. Would you like to start there as well with him?
Yes, I think bringing him to see his grandmother would be good bonding time between me, him, and her. And possibly, eventually, we can bring his two sisters along.
And that goes for the oldest as well?
Yes.
Okay. And I will incorporate that as well. And as far as him needing to improve in academics, would you like to see if there's any tutors to help him out?
Yes.
Okay. So thus far, you want to go ahead and get your child diagnosed from the doctors. You want to go ahead and get some meds, seeing if they're affordable as well. I'll give you the link to health insurance, so that you can go ahead and drop the prices. Instead of the medicine being almost $500, it can be a measly $90 or $70.
Okay.
Okay, and we have, so from your 8-year-old, we have, you want to move to your 16-year-old or your oldest?
Oh no, we can save her for next session.
Okay. Also, we have your sick mother.
Yeah, we can work on getting her some care.
Okay. Let me see where. And you want the link to other hospice companies that can get her the help?
Yes.
Okay. And is there anything else that you suggest? Okay. So So from right now, you just want to go ahead and just leave the goal for your mother on getting her extra care. Got you. Understood. Next we have so do you think that working from Walmart so that it's not really that far away from your mother, do you believe that you could work at another area or another place?
No, Walmart is the closest thing to her.
Okay. So you would like to stay at Walmart?
Yes.
For the time being? And with your child and the bruising, do you just want to go ahead and instead of yoking him up by the ear, or at least
I can try calm parenting again and try to talk to him instead of pulling him by his ear.
okay, have you tried putting him on traditional punishment, like taking away his belongings as far as like his games, his phone, his TV?
No, but I can try that too.
Okay. And calm parenting as well. You want to take up that again? And for your husband, you want to try and communicate to him while he's sober, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I also want to work on getting him, drink less and trying to get him to seek higher education.
Got you. So you want him to stop drinking, or at least drinking less for the most part. Seeking higher education. And for the outbursts, do you want to try and talk to him still while he's sober?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you want him to stop. You want him to be drinking less instead of drinking every day that he comes back from work. Seeking higher education so that he may get paid more. Okay. And finally, with your oldest, would you like to touch back on that?
No. I want to work on one child at a time.
Okay. Alright, so reviewing back on your SMART goals, you would like to you want to get your child diagnosed from a doctor's office, resulting in getting the right medication prescribed to him so that he can at least pay attention to see on what's going on. Next, you want to go ahead and get a link to at least governmental assistance or financial assistance with food stamps, and you want the address or a couple of addresses to some food banks, and you also want to condition your child to not really name call, which is why you want to go ahead and make him spend more time with his elder, his grandmother. And you also want to do the same thing for the oldest. And you also want to seek a tutor for your child as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And going back to your mother, you want to seek hospice companies so that they can help out and give the right care for her. Not saying that you haven't been caring for her right, but right now it's taking care of her is putting more stress on you than it is on her. And taking care of you first is the top main priority right now. Also, you want to go ahead and stay at the current job that you are at now, and going back to your child, you want to start being more of a calm parent and taking away his belongings instead of physically putting your hands on him.
Yes.
And finally, ending off with your husband, you want to start approaching him while he is sober before he picks up a bottle. And you want to make it aware to him that he is drinking more apparent, and it is becoming visible that he is being drunk or inebriated around the house and kids, and you really don't want the kids to see that. Seeking higher education with him as well. You still want to do that, and you want to go ahead and save the 16-year-old for next session.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we are off to a great start, Miss Jackson. I can say to you that these goals are smart goals. These are very good goals that you can start off with. So, are you ready to put them in action?
Yes.
All right. What time are you available next month?
I can meet any time as long as it's after 3 o'clock.
Okay, so next month. Round, I would say first of the month.
Yes.
So first of the month at, you said that you work night shifts.
Evening, morning, mostly mornings.
So would 1:30 work for you?
And it has to be after 3.
Okay, my bad. I'll give you time to recuperate after your job, so I would have to say 6.
Okay.
Okay. All right, 6:30. All right, I will see you next Monday at 6:30. Does that sound good?
Perfectly fine for me.
All right. All right, Miss Jackson, it was nice meeting with you.